So, like, did you have any interest in or any like background? I mean, did you know anything about Reb Meir Shapiro? I mean, just before.
We recorded in Mamarti. We recorded it because it was a song we sing in our shul in Breslov here in Sfat every Wednesday morning. That's the official Wednesday morning. It says the words are from the song of the day of Wednesday. It's the official Wednesday dance. We dance after every Shachrit and Mariv, and so that was the official Wednesday morning dance number. So it was a song we wanted to record. And then it became known to me afterwards it was his song. And then I heard the story about how he'd been forced to fundraise all over Poland and all over Europe, and finally after to America. And it had gone through such hard times where America had no concept of being tomech, a yeshiva. And he wrote this song with the words to Marty, my feet are going to falter. Hashem will support me. It's very much as my team, very, very fitting for the rest of the people to pick up on that song.
And what? Try to look at me, not the lens.
Oh. What's supposed to look at the lens?
That's okay. So tell me about the connection. What is the connection between him and Breslov? I mean, I don't know anything about that.
Well, the most obvious connection between Rav Shapiro and Breslov is that there were certain Hasidim that couldn't make it to Renapin's grave in Oman, in the Ukraine, at a certain period of the communist rule, and they would have their gathering for Rosh Hashanah in Yeshiva in Lublin. So that was the obvious connection. Besides that, the spirit of his teachings, you see, he chose that song, the idea of not falling. Hashem supports me in the hard times, that very much fits in with the rest of philosophy as well. I'm sure they received from each other.
No doubt. So we were talking a little earlier, although I can't really refer to that, but about a lot of Reb Nachman, not Reb Nachman, but Reb Meir Shapiro's music being more prolific than people recognize. So, like, what do you know about that?
I think Meir Shapiro's music is, people don't know that the songs are necessarily his. Like when you mention was sung at the previous.
You can't say when you mentioned. You gotta.
At one.
Just the one more fix. For example.
Yeah. So.
Oh, you're gonna make this fix.
Camera on again.
Is it or about to be?
Right, it's rolling.
It is. Okay.
Okay.
So looking at me.
Right.
So, what is this about? Go ahead.
Well, there's many songs people know. They don't know these songs are Meir Shapiro songs. For instance, one that I heard was sung at one of the previous Siyam Hashas. I think it goes something like Ashrei shelo yishkachecha uven adam yizam ezbach Ashrei adam ezbach 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 Ashrei adam ezbach ezbach. So that song is sung in many places. I think people don't know. If you asked them who wrote that song, they wouldn't necessarily know.
Could you ask them to?
You can talk. Just tell them, get the heck out of here.
No. Yeah, just if you're gonna come in, come in. Just whatever you're gonna do.
Oh.
Okay. So just wherever you're gonna be.
ADHD kid has to have ADHD kid has to have focus here.
Right. So we're rolling, correct?
Rolling.
Okay. So, do you have any other examples, or because I feel like you kind of didn't finish up with what you were saying. You were starting to tell me like one thing that you heard about at the Siyam Hashas. Is there another song we talked about? Yibonai maybe.
Oh, yeah. I think another song people sing many places. Also has a spirit of rebuilding and How's it go? Ik ben Elech? Ibane. No, Ibane with the. Ik say E minor? Het gaat nu. Het gaat nu. Another song that people sing in many communities. That's well-known songs, especially during the times of the 3 weeks where we're yearning for the Beis Hamikdash to be rebuilt. It's a song that I think people don't know is written by Rabbi Shapiro. Yibane Hamikdash, Yibane Hamikdash, Ir Sion, Sion Timale, Yibane Hamikdash. That song, it's a very popular song. People don't know he wrote these songs.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to actually go back now, because I'm going to ask you a second time the same question about, and we'll do just that first little moment in the first song, that, I'm going to just ask you again, and just tell me this idea that, that you think that there's a lot of people out there who are singing various nigunim all the time, and they just don't know that that he's the source for it, and then give me a couple of examples, and then we'll be done. We'll have two versions of it. Okay.
Okay. So it's those two songs then.
Yeah. Well, you could say do like just the first 8 chords, whatever of the first one, and say and here's another one that like people don't know, like just as an example. So yeah, you happy? Good. Okay. So. Do you think that's really true? That there's a lot of people that don't know that those are?
Yeah, I think that's very. There's some people singing songs out there that don't know that they're written by Mary Shapiro. And in our community, there's songs we sing, and then we found out afterwards it's his songs. For instance, I'll give a couple examples. Yibane Hamikdash, Yibane Hamikdash, Ir Sion, Sion Timale, Yibane. That's something we sing a lot during the Ben Matzarim during the 3 weeks. And then another one, I think I heard it was sung at the Siyam Shas a few times ago. It was a song that I heard they sang at the Siyam Shas, I think the Siyam before last. Ashrei shelo yishkachecha uven adam yisamesh bach. Ashrei Adam Azavach, 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 Ashrei Adam Azavach, Azavach. So these and other songs are popular. People don't know that he wrote these songs.
Do you know of any others? Just out of curiosity. Now that we're talking, you don't have to go and play them. I'm just curious.
The Chabad, we have a song we sing around Purim time. It's very similar. I'm sure it's first cousin they know is borrowed.
What is it?
It's a faster version of that one. Same song, pretty much of similar. How we did an A minor, right? So it has to be Purim time. Remember what it is. That's my one.
Okay, sure.
Remember how we do it? They don't have confused in two versions already.
Oh, it is a faster.
Yeah. But similar. I see the common theme of bitachon and constantly pushing bitachon and faith, and especially in times when you felt like you were about to fall. We went through a lot of hardship. Went through a lot of difficulty trying to do his project.
Yeah. What do you think that it's a common thing? And maybe it is. I'm just asking you about that. It seems like for like a Rosh Yeshiva, something like that, to be so involved with music. Why do you think that might be?
There were some. I think it's a very much expression of the soul, expression of their inside, of their internal, their spiritual emotions. If you pass it on to a student, as he accomplish with a nigun in a minute and a half, it might take you a few shears to get through.
And I think the other question was, hold on. So he did go through a lot of hard times. He did have a lot of difficulties, a lot of challenges. I don't know if you even know it, but he was also dyslexic. He had a lot of trouble as a kid. Couldn't learn alphabets, literally. He did something called whole word recognition. His parents figured that out, that would be the way for him. But he had a lot of struggles, but still his emphasis was very, very much, and I know this is a Breslov thing as well, is very much about being besimcha, just
emphasize simcha to the ultimate. I mean, he was passing away. He was suffering and about to pass away. He wrote a note to his students, be besimcha. And as you know, as is known, they were dancing around him when he passed away. So how much more can you emphasize simcha than that?
That's true. I should pause tape for a sec.
I think.
Just try to keep your eyesight this way.
Okay.
I know it's hard. My wife tells me all the time.
Yeah, I'll picture my grandson there or something. We learn with the nigun, and it's very important for us, the idea of nigunim. Right, our Shabbos, everything, davening is all full of nigunim. But in terms of connecting, it's beyond time, music. When a nigun is made, it's passed on from generation to generation, affects people that never saw the person, never even heard of them maybe, as you said, they may not even know who he was. But the nigun goes on, and it can encourage people, inspire people, uplift people for many generations to come.
Good. Okay. You know what I'd like to do? Once you stop tape, do it right.
Camera on.
Good. You need these?
If you want to listen to it, if not, then
Well, I'm hearing it. The sound quality is great. So tell me what you understand the connection between. Let me put it a better way, just what's your connection with Reb Meir? I mean, why did you record the first one, and what do you know about it?
Right, so when we recorded it, I didn't know that we recorded Imam Marti Mataragli. I didn't know it was from the Baal HaDaf Yomi. And I'm a Baal Tshuva, so I never grew up with it. After I learned that this nigun was from him, it makes sense that he would write nigunim that would uplift people when they're down, right? Pretty clear that the Nevi'im, right, that the Nevi'im, they wouldn't have Nevuah without music. And so how could you learn Torah without a nigun? It's an integral part of the Masorah. And that was one of the things that drew me to Yiddishkeit was the music, was the nigunim. As a side point, Rabbi Nachmani says that music comes from the same place, Tachat Kisei HaKavod, as Nevuah. So these are two integral parts, Nevuah, learning Torah, and the nigun are inseparable. And so this is part of my Choser B'Tshuva, so to say. I've never been to Siyum HaShas, and I definitely am considering it. I'm definitely part of the Daf Yomi today. So it's the nigun is something that speaks to everybody, right? And you don't even need to be able to carry a nigun to be able to be happy when you hear one, right? And that can only affect a person's learning and raise the level of the learning, raise the level in the neshama. So
let me ask you, this is obviously the key question that I've been working on, is do you think that there's a lot of people out there who may be singing songs that were composed by Reb Meir and don't even realize it?
It's very clear that he had a key to the treasure chest of nigunim, and that they're not that his nigunim are not necessarily attributed to him, only speaks volumes of his godless. Yeah, to be able to pass something on.
Refer to him as Reb Meir Shapiro.
As
Okay.
okay, that Reb Meir Shapiro was able to create nigunim, to reach up into that treasure chest of music and bring it down so that the common person, not knowing who it was from, starts using it in his daily life, speaks volumes about his height, his godless. That's one of probably the greatest abilities, is to be able to have masses of people sing a song and not necessarily know where it's from. It's a true what's the word, humility, right? In the sense that it's not mine, right? This is Hashem's. It's kavod Hashem. Learning Torah is kavod Hashem. Singing the nigunim and making people happy and being happy while doing mitzvahs, it's kavod Hashem. I'm just an empty vessel, carrying it on from the previous generation and carrying it forward to the next generation.
And so, what would be an example of something that you think fits that context? So give me a little build up to it. Don't just.
Okay.
You can start with one example.
Okay, so an example of one of these nigunim possibly is the nigun that we sing on the fourth day of the week, Ima Marti, Mata Ragli, that people might not know. Oops, wasn't that one. You'll be able. Right? Some people might not know that he wrote that song, but they use it on at least once a week, maybe. I know Breslovers, we use it.
I don't know, but I don't think that's so common that people have nigunim once a week for everything. You do.
We do. Breslovers, we sing after Shachris and we sing after, and we dance, right?
People are going to shrug their shoulders.
People are going to,
what
right.
is he talking about?
Oops. Never mind.
Just let you know. Right, it's a beautiful idea. I frankly would like to see that happen, but I don't think it's at all. But I thought you were going to play that Yibane Hamikdash thing, because I think that's more familiar to people.
Okay.
Something that's really a common song.
How does it go again?
You just recorded it.
No, I know. I'm kind of confused with the other one. Help me out. 2 seconds. Okay, so where were we? So an example of one of the songs.
I'm sorry, start over. I was talking. Sorry.
So an example for one of the songs that people might not know he wrote is Yibene Hamikdash, right? Right? People use those nigunim, right, for Yom Tovim, right, and maybe at a wedding or at a bris, and they don't know where these nigunim come from, right? A lot of times people attribute them to Shlomo Karlibach because he was so prolific. But these songs are an integral part of us, and he brought them down for us, right? Meir Shapiro brought these nigunim down for us, right, to help us connect and have Dveikus Hashem.
Very good. Okay. So the question then is, was there anything else, as I was talking to
I think I said it previously about the treasure chest of nigunim,
Okay, good.
and being happy.
I think we're good.
Okay.
That was nice. Okay, so
rough interviews, Oscar.
Right.
it's fine. It
Okay.
really is.